On this print I'd like to show you how to cut this branch out here. So when you have a curve on something, it's always better to cut the inside of a curve first rather than the outside. I'm also holding my knife upright, so I'm not doing a bevel cut here. So I'm just running with my knife along that edge like that, nice and straight. Hold it up. Again, don't lift your knife from the paper if you can help it, and come right down to the bottom there. So what you've done is release that part of the curve there, and on the other side, which is the outside of the curve, you can actually do the same thing. You can create a little bit of a bevel here if you want, but when your stem becomes really thin, you'll find that it's more than likely your paper will fall away from the back of the piece, and therefore it's more likely to break. So where it's thicker, you can do a little bit of a bevel, but once you get into this area here, it's better to hold your knife upright. Now when I'm cutting this, notice how it's pulling the paper up like this. Okay, see how it's lifting there? So what you need to do is push forward a little bit, cut a little bit further, push forward a little bit, cut a little bit further, and push forward, and keep this method up. What it does is not pull on the paper, so therefore you're more likely to successfully cut the piece out without it falling into a couple of pieces. Cut along there. Now again, put your knife into the V, cut out this way, and then again put your knife back into the V exactly where you made the first cut, and do your little bit of a push pull, push forward, pull, and this way your piece should come out all in one piece. So there we are, no breakage on that one. The other thing I'd like to suggest to you is when you have something like this and there are areas that need to be dropped out, do that first. Drop out your piece here first, like this, rather than cut all around the piece and then try and drop out. You have a much stronger area because it's all together in one here than you do if you cut all of this and then try and drop the piece out, and again you could possibly leave the piece broken in here somewhere. When you're cutting a leaf to a point like this, come around here, and this is especially effective with small leaves. Cut past the tip. So I've cut past the tip, and on this one here, come through and cut past the tip. What that's doing is releasing the tip, so it's nice and clean and you don't have a little bit hanging off the edge. Sometimes you'll have a piece like this and the edge is a little bit wavy. So what I would do would be come along, and it's just rolling the knife between your fingers to get that edge out evenly like that. Don't roll your whole wrist like this, okay? Just come in and it's just rolling the knife between your fingers, and this will give you a nice soft wave along the edge. Like that, and you can see it from the back like that, and then you have a nice finish to your cut. You can also do this along the edge of a wave. There's lots of areas you can do it in, but I'll just show you a couple here today. So you won't retain every single little bit of the wave there. However, and again, just roll your knife like that, and then you get a nice cut edge. I'll show you from the back like that. So try that technique as well.